Okay, welcome to the second project where I am including a voiceover. It's quite necessary because I'm going to show you how to fly the Ju.87G Stuka. This is quite the nasty little aircraft here. There's two primary configurations for it, carrying the 20mm cannons or carrying these babies right here, the 37mm board Kanonen. Yeah, these are the anti-tank rifles, and it is the preferred arrangement on this thing if you're going to go for ground targets. If you want to concentrate on the anti-aircraft role, you want to carry the 20mm, and honestly, the Stuka does not perform very well anti-air, so you want to go with these things, concentrate on anti-ground, and they're still good enough to knock something out of the sky if you're good enough to hit with those 37mm shells. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. The Stuka has those two guns forward, and that is it. It has the tail gunner position right here. As you can see, it's got two machine guns there, so it's got as many guns firing out of the back as it does out of the front. It also is fairly quick for a ground attacker at Tier 5. Let's go ahead and do some comparisons here with everything else that you are liable to run into within the same tier. There's the Stuka, here's the Henschel, and over here we have the IL. Now, going across, the Stuka has the least amount of hit points out of all three because, well, it is the quickest turn and the fastest out of all three of them. It also has the most firepower if you don't consider the Sturmovic's rockets. So, for balancing purposes, it is the weakest in hit points. Firepower, already covered that, it's higher. Airspeed, it is a bit faster than the Henschel and quite a bit faster than the Sturmovik. Maneuverability, it outclasses both of the other two aircraft handily, and it has a higher altitude performance. Although, running as an attacker, you're going to want to fly low with this thing anyway, so you can gain that camouflage bonus and maybe catch someone by surprise. Pretty handsome aircraft. Let's go ahead and see what it can do in combat. Alright, here we are, getting ready to start into battle. I always go through the load-in cinematic because it can really give you some good cinematic shots for use in videos later. And here we are, admiring the aircraft again. That thing, it's wicked looking. Now, getting into the fight here, you really want to take a look at what the battlefield has to offer for you, especially with a slow-moving attacker. I know I said before that this is fast compared to other Tier 5 attackers, but that's fast compared to the Henschel 129 and the IL-2 Sturmovik, neither of which are really speed demons. Now, on the Adriatic map, this is really a friendly map for the Stuka if you are running it with the heavy cannons, because you can head out over the water here and take your pick of a number of targets. If the enemy fighters aren't flying low over here and you don't run into enemy attackers like another Stuka or a Henschel, you are pretty much free to go crazy and take out anything you want. Now here I've taken it into a combat dive. The siren sound effect is not something that appears in this aircraft in-game because historically this version of the Stuka did not have it. So I've added it because I know people want to hear it. Here's what you want to do with these cannons. Concentrate on that central red hitbox on your ships. When you pop that, everything else goes. You have a different attack route here with the destroyers. You're going to be shooting at these things for a while. So the first thing you want to do is silence those AA guns. Because you don't have as many hit points as the Sturmovik or the Henschel. So you don't really have the luxury of letting them shoot away at you all day. Let's go ahead and loop around over here. This thing has a really tight turn radius for an attacker. And finish off that other gun. Okay, all the guns are silenced. Now it's time to concentrate on those central hull hitboxes and crack these destroyers wide open. Let's do another pass here. Really gotta like how this thing produces wingtip vortices even at these low speeds. Come on. There we go. And another. Not certain I'm going to be able to do this one in one pass. Maybe. There it goes. Okay, this next one, we're going to show some time management here. Rather than making 2 passes on this warship, I'm going to give it a good beating right here in one pass. Knock that central hitbox halfway down. Continue going. And the rest of my team has pretty much handled the enemy team. Evens. So I'm going over here to take out this other transport. Get us that extra supremacy edge. Transport proved a little tougher than I expected it to be, so looping back around, let's finish off that destroyer. These guns are effective up to a kilometer out, so if your aim is good and you have a crack shot on your pilot, maybe even the improved aiming reticle, don't be shy about opening fire far away, because your guns cool down really fast. Overheat them on your first pass, let them cool while you loop over for a second pass, and finish the target off. Now, I've taken out every available ground target in the area that's worth its points. So now I'm going to go back here and help my last remaining teammate finish off this Henschel 129. Also about to demonstrate why I prefer the Stuka over the Henschel at this tier. The Henschel has a good amount of firepower, and it's all tightly packed right in the center of the fuselage, but it turns only slightly better than an IL-2 Sturmovik does. So a dogfighting Stuka, if you use your throttle management and flaps at the proper moments, you can completely stop the Henschel. Just lead a little bit with those guns and watch the hit points just vanish. This thing melts anything it gets in its gun sights. And here we go. Securing the win.